Verse number 15. Stito brahmatmana jivah brahma jivatmana stitam iti sampashyatam muktihi iti Vedanta Dindima. So, as we have been seeing, that iti Vedanta Dindima, this is being discussed, this is being highlighted in Vedanta Shastra. What we put it as, this is the proclamation of Vedanta Shastra. Like how we announce through the drum, or how we accelerate the emotions through the drum beat, whether in a temple, whether in a marriage party, whether in any announcement. Just to accelerate the emotion, we take the help of the drum. So this is what is here, the understanding, and especially the statement that is in Upanishadic teaching being highlighted in a very nutshell, very systematic manner in this text. So here is being discussed that jivaha stitaha brahmatmana iti, and that is not enough. Brahma jivatmana stitam iti. So jivaha, the individual, has to avoid. And what is stitaha? Avoiding with the understanding. We all do avoid. Because if you look at, without avoiding, without remaining, without sticking to, if you want to say sticking to, life is not going to move. In fact, we all stick to our breathing. We all avoid with our breathing, but always there is a fear. Can you see this point? We do avoid in our relationship. We do avoid in many things, but there is no understanding. Either it is a habitual process or there is fear. Very rarely we do have understanding. So here is what this avoidance has to come with understanding. And what is that understanding? That me as Brahman. The individual me is Brahman. Yes, that is true. In fact, I am a religious person. I look at what I do look at. I look at I am part of the God. So no problem. In fact, I am Brahman. Okay, I am part of Brahman. Hey, please, that's not enough. Next line says what? Brahma jivatmana iti. That is something killing. It is not only me. Me associates. No, Brahman also as individual. The Brahman is me means there is no separation at all. There is no difference at all. The oneness, the unity, that is being understood by a person clearly. Only that person. What he says beautifully, sampashyatam. The word he uses, sampashyatam, samyak rupe, very well. The one who sees. Here literally seeing means understanding. Haste amalakavat, we use this expression. That's why one of the disciple name was called Hasta Amalakam. So Haste Amalakavat means how on your palm there is a berry, gooseberry. How the clear is it? So also this understanding has to be that clear. That I am Brahman. Yes, I have body, I have mind. I have been given a name. I have given some roles. It's because of my prarabdha. Let me play. Who cares? But deep within, I am what I am. That must not be lose sight of it. While playing, as we see, as we understand more and more, in a drama especially, the one who plays the role of a king or the role of a beggar, or the same person who plays both the roles in the same drama, never forgets, hey look, I am neither beggar nor a king. I am Mr. So-and-so. Can you see this point? In fact, the more I play the role of a beggar, the more I play the role of a king properly, the more I will be satisfied within that I did a good job. Can you see this point? Whether people recognize or not. Of course people recognize, clap and whatnot. Forget people recognition. I will be satisfied. Whereas, no, I forget myself that I am Mr. So-and-so. But I am playing the role of a king. Suppose queen means, okay, miss, okay? Because some of you don't feel that only I am talking. Because in English, the expression is he we use very commonly, which represents both, okay? Please. However, coming back to the point here. So when, suppose I am playing the role of a queen, if I forget that who am I, this is the most important aspect. Definitely, I will love unconsciously, unknowingly to stick to the role of queen, because a lot of good things are going to happen or happening. Whereas if I have to play the role of a beggar, sorry, I don't want. And more I deny. In fact, when I am on the dais and I play the role of a beggar, but I don't like it to play, what will happen? Not only I am beggar, people start throwing stones, you understand? What sort of person is doing this role? Same thing also happens in our life. The role of a father, the role of a mother, the role of a wife, husband, children, anything that you play. Knowing that I am Brahman, Brahman is me. Play the role. This is what called unfolding prarabdha. Allowing the prarabdha to get unfolded. That's why the more you start growing, the more you start seeing the life, you don't have any other choice other than accepting, embracing your prarabdha. That is what called anayasa jivanam. So anayasa jivanam means effortless life. In fact, life is always effortless. Only our ego, our misunderstanding, our ignorance and arrogance makes it complicated. Have you not observed this? So once this is being withdrawn, let life continue. In fact, I was trying to tell somebody regarding this, my throat. So I said, look, my throat has gone because some people were working. I had to shout. What else to do? The person said, Swamiji, you think that by shouting, you will change them? I said, definitely not. But I assume by shouting, I can minimize the damage. Remember, I told this point. I assumed, and this is pure assumption, okay? I assumed that by shouting, I know I cannot change. They will do exactly the way they want. But this is my notion. This is my understanding, so-called stupid understanding, that by shouting at them, because by explaining they don't understand, maybe by creating some fear, I will minimize the damage. But in reality, does it happen? Yes, definitely. I increase my damage. Can you see this point? This is the truth. This is the reality. You can see for yourself in your life. But in prarabdha, you keep functioning. There is no choice. That's why what is to be done, that moment you do it. Next, go ahead. As the water flows in the river. That's why it says, sampashyatam. This is the word, that's why I took it. Samyak rupe. Very well, the one who sees. Here, seeing means understanding. Because in English we have expression. So what do we say? Did you see this point? What does it mean? Did you get my point? These are the expression in English we have. In Sanskrit, of course, we have this. But unfortunately, this people who do not understand. So the moment did you get, now they want to get it. You understand? Did you see? I want to experience. I want to see. Hey, wherever in Shastra is being said, do you see? It is, do you understand? Do you get? Do you understand? This is the basic thing one has to understand. However, please understand here, That iti sampashyatam, the one who understands very well. Means the one who has this vision, clear understanding. The one who sees very clearly. That person only will have what? Muktihi. Will have liberation. Other than anybody, please understand, there is no liberation. Again, maybe there is a krama mukti. This is, we give benefit of doubt to be very honest. Krama mukti means gradually you can get liberation. Traveling to different lokas, especially Brahmaloka. Other than Brahmaloka, no other loka is going to give you mukti. Remember this. However, let us not believe in this krama mukti, because Vedanta doesn't really encourage. If I am listening to Vedanta Shastra, let it happen, who cares? However, if that is the case, then what is to be done? He says, look, again, next verse. Jivo brahmatmana gyeyaha gyeyam jivatmana param muktistadeika vijnanat iti Vedanta Dindima. Again, this is also again the statement. Actually, each verse refers to some statement of Upanishad. Generally, we look into, that's why this sort of text to be seen after studying all the Upanishads. So that you get, like for example, we have Atma Bodha, for example's sake. So Atma Bodha text generally we don't take in the beginning. Many people do not understand. So in the first time they will take Atma Bodha. So Bodha of self. Self-understanding. Hey, please understand. Atma Bodha, every verse refers to one prakriya. Almost every verse. Full of prakriyas. Prakriya means methodology of teaching. So unless you are exposed to the scripture completely, if you start studying Atma Bodha text, it's a big confusion. So people pick up Atma Bodha. And also there are Swamijis, in the first class they will take Atma Bodha. So however, that's why these are the few things to be careful. Let us look at this. Jivaha brahmatmana gyeha iti. So there it was being highlighted, abiding with this understanding. So if this understanding which makes to avoid, now what becomes your priority? Now priority is to know. That's why, as you know, we called as these 4 types of devotees which have been highlighted in Bhagavad Gita. Arti, Artharthi, Mumukshu and Jnani. So we have 4 types of devotees. So Arti, you know, with distress. So don't worry, everybody becomes a devotee, including an atheist. If atheist will not do anything else, will ask, especially if he is a man who never bends down in front of his wife, he will say, oh my dearest wife, protect me, help me. You understand? Becomes a devotee of his wife. You understand? However, because when you are in distress, you don't have any other choice. And remember, being in distress, and you want to be saved, you want to be protected, that is not, devotion. And the one who also saves you, neither that fellow is a savior. But whole religion moves in this concept. When you understand? Let me share one story also, because long time no story has come. So there was a sumo fighter. And he was very good. And his aim was, to travel from one country to another country and invite other fighters and take the credit. Because those days there was no Olympic, okay? Very old story. So this is what he was doing it. Finally, he arrived in one country. So he went to the king, look, I am a sumo fighter. I have never been defeated in my life. So I am inviting, if you have anybody to fight with me, I am here. So king got amused. Wow, this is very good entertainment. Nothing to do. So okay, he invited. So many fighters came, started fighting with him. As usual, nothing happened because this fellow knows how to do, what to do. And of course, everywhere he won. So he was declared. This news started spreading everywhere. Wow, such a great fighter has come. Nobody is able to defeat. What is going on? As usual, our Mullah Nasruddin. He woke up. He said, what's going on? I cannot tolerate. So he came to the court and he requested the king, oh king, I want to fight. Everybody got shocked. What is going on to Mullah? And that time Mullah was very lean and thin, very weak. In fact, he will go to heaven, okay? Or hell, God knows. Then everybody said, hey Mullah, are you okay? Are you serious? I said, no, I have decided. It is not that easy for him to defeat me. I am sure. I will not give the credit, Mullah said. I will never give the credit of him winning me. What? What are you talking? Yes, I promise all of you. I will never give the credit of him winning over me. This much I can assure you. And king got really wild. Mullah, do you understand the consequences? Yes, I promise. I will never give this chance, him, the credit of me winning over. Okay? Then everything was arranged in a grand manner. Because when Mullah had challenged, maybe they thought Mullah had some tricks and techniques. Maybe God knows he may do something. So everybody was curious. They came. As usual, Mullah also went to the given place where he should start. The moment this sumo fighter is standing, Mullah went straight away, fall flat on his feet. Please excuse me. Please, please. You know me. I cannot fight with you. Please, I am defeated. Then the sumo fighter and everybody got shocked. What is going on? Hey, you created such a drama. Now before it could start, you surrendered. What is happening? Okay. As the procedure. So then they had to declare him, that sumo fighter, as the winner. So when he was being declared ceremonially, that as winner of the whole country, now this Mullah got up and said, how can he be the winner? What? Because by defeating a person who is already defeated. You understand? By defeating a person who is already defeated, can you call that person as a winner? Sorry. So everybody started thinking like that. Life moves this way. So here is also same thing. A savior, that's why I took from there. A distressed person, please understand, needs some solace. And by giving solace, if you call that you have saved and you call yourself as a savior, is it not like defeating a person already who has accepted defeat? That's why Arti is not a devotee considered. But still we give benefit of doubt. In fact, whole religion, whole religious propaganda moves based on this. Second one is called Artharthi. So Artharthi means the seeker of security. Artha, not wealth, okay? Here is security. Any form of, starting with wealth. And whole world comes under this category. Either you are Arthi or you are Artharthi. And these two categories depends upon And of course, the third category comes mumukshu, the one who is interested in liberation. This is the point here. Actually, to be interested in liberation and to have a breathing space, there is a difference. A artharthi also looks for breathing space. Arti also looks for breathing space. Can you see this point? Always. So that's why here, looking for a breathing space, looking for freedom, there is a big difference. That's why as long as, even if you are a mumukshu, that is not sufficient, because mumukshu is a transition period. Most important point to note. So mumukshu being a transition period, definitely there is a possibility that you will bounce back either to arti or artharthi. Nobody can remain mumukshu for longer time. Remember this point. Nobody can remain as a mumukshu. Mumukshu means the one who is interested in liberation. Mukto michuhu. Cannot remain for long time as mumukshu. You have to. Or you have to jump, become jigyasu. This is the main point. So mumukshu being a transition, there is more possibility that you may bounce back as arti or artharthi. That's why when you are arti artharthi mumukshu, arti artharthi mumukshu, that mumukshutvam is not really seeking for liberation, but looking for some type of breathing space. Can you see this point? So common people, so-called religious people, even if those who stay in ashrams under a guru and whatnot, maximum of them come under this category. Arti, artharthi, mumukshu. Arti, artharthi, mumukshu is a cycle. You go to any organization, anywhere, this is what happens. And once you are caught in this cycle, remember, your life is gone. In fact, this is the real dangerous samsara. Dangerous means real dangerous samsara. Nobody can help you because you know you are a religious person. You are with religious people. Oh, what arrogance. But there you need the God's grace. There you need Guru's grace. That's why Guru's grace becomes very important. Not that because you are with a Guru, with a person, you get grace. No, not necessarily. That's why you have to look at who is Guru. Here, the most important aspect. The Guru has to teach you. Not Guru has to force you to do seva. We'll see many things. You may do seva out of your gratitude. But seva must not be highlighted by the Guru. And if the seva is highlighted by Guru, that person is not Guru either. Can you see this point? He is a missionary. She is a missionary. She cannot be called as a Guru. He cannot be called as a Guru either. Like a doctor, instead of prescribing medicine, he or she starts selling medicine. Nowadays they do, okay? What you will say? He will push. Hey, you will say he's a salesman. He is a medical representative. Can you see this point? A doctor is supposed to diagnose and prescribe medicine, that's all. Okay, hidingly can take the commission and write that medicine is a different thing altogether, okay? So also a teacher. Teacher cannot highlight seva. To be very honest. In this regard, I respect Puja Swamiji. To be really honest in this regard. In fact, when we had a lot of discussion, he said that is not the job of the teaching. My job is to create my students, to teach them. In fact, when he did aim for seva, there is an organization we have called aim for seva by him, he gave complete freedom to all his students. If you want to be part of it, be, or else not. Because it should be out of your gratitude. It should be out of your understanding. If not, leave it. There will be another group of people. If it happens good, doesn't happen, better. This is my way of presenting, okay? So coming to the point here, Arthi, Artharthi and Mumukshu. So there, if you do not come across right teacher, I'm using the word right teacher, generally teacher is teacher, okay, we don't say right wrong, but still I'm very carefully using right teacher. Means without methodology of teaching, then you can never become a jigyasu, the one who desires to know. How? Because moksha, this is the point here, is moksha only comes by understanding. The liberation comes only by understanding. The happiness comes only by understanding, not by means of anything. Can you see this point? By doing my seva, guru, God, organization, sorry, it never gives you liberation. It prepares your mind. But it doesn't give liberation. Can you see this point? So that's why once you become a jigyasu, then only you cannot stick to a guru who is not teaching. You will never get stuck to a guru who doesn't teach you. That's why hold the students, what they do. You have to eka pativrata. I am not telling you jokes. Eka guru brata. How a woman should only stick to a woman, but man can stick to any woman, okay? What a nonsense. I'm sorry, I'm overloading today, okay? So also, only you to stick to your guru, never move anywhere. And they create a group, like sheep, how they go around with the group, herd, they never become independent. They are very comfortable. That's why what we say is, unless you become a jigyasu, please understand, you will never see the growth in you. And a jigyasu can become a jnani, not a moksha. Can you see this point? So that is what is being highlighted. From that stage, it comes here. Jiva brahmatmana jnayamiti. So once you understand that only by abiding within me, myself, me as a Brahman, there is liberation, then what choice do I have other than me becoming a jigyasu? So what, being jigyasu, what I'll do? Now that the individual has to know, this is to be known. What is to be known? That me as Brahman. This is what to be known. Because if I don't know that I am Brahman, that Gayam, it has to be known, it has to be recognized, it has to be understood. That me, individual, is essentially Brahman. And not only that, the Brahman that we are talking as the supreme reality is nothing but me, the individual alone. And of course, here it says beautifully, the one muktihi tadeika vijnanat. So tadeika vijnanat means by recognizing the oneness between both. So only by recognizing, understanding the oneness between both of them, me as individual is Brahman and the Brahman as me. By understanding that only, mukti comes. One becomes liberated, or one is liberated. This is Vedanta. Let us read the next verse. Sarvatmana param brahma sroturatmataya sthitam naya satattva vigyapto iti Vedanta Dindima. This is a very nice verse which I liked very much. It says, look, Param Brahma Sarvatmana iti. We say Sarvatmanatvat, we put it little differently, Sarvatmanatvat. As we know, Param Brahma is what? Sarvatmana, the innermost. Pratyekatma, we have seen in Kathopanishad and other places. So, being Pratyak Atma, the innermost being of everyone, everything, that which exists, every living being. Automatically what happens? If Paramatma or Param Brahma is in everywhere, in everything, of course in me. So here it says, Srotu. Srotu means the listener of Vedanta. Like as here. Also it has to be Atmataya, it has to be as my inner self. When the Param Brahma is the inner self of anything and everything, also it has to be my inner self. No, it is the inner self of everything. Like, yesterday example I was giving, the Swamiji was teaching me Raga Dvesha. And while teaching, he was having Raga and Dvesha to communicate, you understand? Forget about other thing. This is the problem, okay? Especially, more you go to hill. Sometimes I see in Gangotri especially. Once a Swami sees you, catches you, they will not leave you. Because they are always keeping quiet. They are looking to talk. Once they talk, they do not know how to stop. Hey, please learn to stop. And sometimes you have to tell how to escape from there. Okay, time is there, I have to leave. I am not telling you jokes. And in Gangotri, in fact, some Swamijis they give you some food to talk. Means you have to listen to it. So you go there, I am not telling you jokes. Maharaj, आइए, थोड़ा चाय ले लीजिए, बैठिए, will take some tea, and they will start talking. You do not know how to escape. You have gone to see the Mahatma, but you are caught. That means shows completely the person is immature. However, coming to the point here is very carefully says that this is Shrotu, the listener's inner being. Then what happens? This is the beautiful point. Tattva Vigyapto. Understanding this reality is very easy. Na ayasaha iti. Because remember, understanding any other knowledge. Suppose if I show this, understand gadget, for you will take time. What is this? I say electronic. Suppose you are not expert. What is electronic? Then I have to explain what is electronic. This is sound system. What is this sound system? So to understand anything, you need to put a lot of effort. It's not a joke. Because being different. Whereas understanding one's own self, there is no effort. There is no need of effort. Can you see this? This is one of the best words I enjoyed. But for common people, understanding anything and everything is easier. Because mind is extremely extrovert. And understanding one's own self doesn't happen because the person, there is a veil, there is a covering, avaranam. So that's why he says, look, understanding oneself, understanding this reality that me as everything, or inner, the Supreme Brahman is me as my inner being, is very easy to understand because I am the Vastu. Remember, Jnanam is Vastu Tantra. The knowledge depends upon the Vastu, the object. So object I don't have to look for. Where is this fellow? It is me about, I am available. That's why only my job is to prepare the mind. Once I keep preparing the mind, teaching is there, teaching takes over. Can you see this point? So that's why whole effort is to prepare my mind. So this particular thing is missing in every ashram. So this karma yoga is good. Okay, I am doing karma yoga is good. It's a wrong statement, okay? You understand? I am doing karma yoga. There is a karma yoga time. It's ridiculous, okay? In the board also there were karma yoga time. Please. Good, nothing wrong in it. As long as you say this karma yoga is good for your preparation of the mind. Absolutely no problem. But if you say Karma Yoga is a part of your, understanding, that means something is wrong. Let Karma Yoga be there to develop the healthy attitude. That's why he says beautifully, now to understand one's own self is much more easier. We don't have to put that much effort as we try to understand anything, everything. It's like, microbiology. It's not that easy to understand, okay? Unless you become a micro. Whereas to understand myself is so convenient, so easy. But the problem is with this, I'll stop it. Generally, to see anybody for a long time is painful, whereas to see yourself on the mirror is very easy. But the problem is, if you are not comfortable with yourself, you will never like to see the mirror. In fact, you will hate. This is the problem with people. When there is a rejection in me, I cannot see the mirror. So this also, the understanding of one's own self doesn't come to me that clearly because there is some type of rejection in me. So that rejection we call as unpreparedness. So I need to prepare myself more and more. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.